Hi everyone, welcome. I am back with another tutorial. In this video, I'll be showing you how to make magnetic bookmarks. This has been a highly requested video ever since I first shared them on my Instagram and TikTok, so I hope you enjoy this easy and fun Cricut craft. For this project, you will need glossy photo paper, self-adhesive laminating sheets, you could either use the clear or the holographic kind, a brayer tool, a scraper, paper trimmer or scissors, and small magnets. As always, I will have all of the supplies linked in the description box. Now let's get started. Start by downloading your print and cut images into Cricut Design Space or select them from the Cricut Design Space library. Change the height of the images anywhere from 1.5 to 2 inches depending how big you want them. Next, I added an offset with a distance of 0.085 and changed the color of the offset layer to white. Since I'll be making this into a print and cut project, I want to keep the background of my bookmarks white. Highlight the entire image in the offset, then click Group. If your offset layer is not one solid image, click on the contour button located on the bottom right corner and then this will pop on your screen. From here, all you have to do to get rid of those small gaps is to click on the Hide All Contours. Next, add a square from the shape section and change the dimensions to 0.5 inches wide by 1 inch high. Duplicate the group. Now select one of the groups and flip the image vertically. Place the images on each end of the rectangle we created. You want the rectangle to slightly touch the white offset of both images. Then highlight all of the 3 elements and align them by clicking on the center horizontally option. This will align them to make sure both sides of our bookmark will close evenly and the ends will match perfectly. On the layers panel, select all of the 3 white layers, both of the offsets and the rectangle shape. Click Combine and select Unite or Weld. They will both do the same thing and combine all 3 shapes into one. However, Unite will allow you to view each layer separately to edit and welding won't. It will look something like this. Send this layer to the back to keep all of your images visible in the front. Lastly, select the entire bookmark design and click Flatten to keep everything in place when doing the print and cut. I repeated the same designing process for the rest of the images. If the images are a little bit far apart, simply use the up arrow on your keyboard to scoot it up to get the white layers to slightly overlap and still keep everything centered. To make the best out of your glossy photo paper sheet, create a template, add a square, and change the dimensions to 9.25 inches high by 6.75 inches wide, which is the maximum print area. Unless you have the beta version of Cricut Design Space, you can make it as big as your sheet. Move as many of the designs as you can fit inside the shape, then delete or hide it after you're done. Lastly, highlight your entire project and click Attach to keep them in the same spot. Click Continue to print. I'll be using my Epson Ecotank inkjet printer, but any inkjet printer will work with the glossy photo paper that I'm using to make them. Turn off bleed and use system dialog instead for the best results. As for the print settings, I'm changing the media type to photo paper glossy and the print quality to high. Load your photo paper into the rear tray with the glossy side facing you. It depends on which side your printer works, but you want it to print on the glossy side. After it's done printing, let the ink dry for a couple of minutes. Next, take your self-adhesive laminating sheets of your choice and apply them to your prints. I drew marks around the sheet to know exactly where to trim. To avoid any issues with the Cricut print and cut feature, I recommend trimming down the adhesive sheets to fit just inside the registration lines. This will help your Cricut machine recognize the registration lines a lot easier, making the cutting process smooth. This slice tool is optional, but I like to use it to remove a small portion of the adhesive backing to help it align better onto the glossy paper. For this step, make sure to have a scraper tool to use when pulling back the paper backing of the adhesive sheets. It will also help remove any air bubbles. The material settings that I'm using is the 80-pound cardstock with more pressure with the fine point blade. Load your mat into your Cricut machine. Today I'm using the Cricut Explorer 3. Most models are capable of doing the print and cut feature except for the Cricut Joy. To obtain accurate results, I recommend calibrating your machine. It just takes a few simple steps to get it done. Flip the mat over and peel away the sheet. The cuts came out perfect with the material settings. Next, align both ends of the bookmarks together and fold. The last step to complete them is to add magnets. I got these thin and small magnets from Amazon that I'm going to adhere onto the inside of the bookmarks using double-sided adhesive dots that are a tad smaller than the magnets. This was the easiest way to apply them. I placed an adhesive dot to the bottom center of one end of the bookmark. Then I added the two magnets together and placed the second adhesive dot directly on the top magnet. They will snap right into each other. Also, I made sure to get the thinnest magnets I could find so it wouldn't be bulky when you place them inside a book. So for each bookmark, you will need 2 magnets and 2 adhesive dots. These magnetic bookmarks are so fun to make. I hope you learned something new from this video. Feel free to leave your questions in the comments. Thank you so much for watching. See you guys next time with a new DIY.